Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the ancient gladiator, today with Pillarless Tabletop games. Today with Doom, the board game, based off of Doom 2016. This is the second time that Doom has been turned into a board game. The previous time, which I have a picture of, would eventually, based off of Doom 3, would eventually get reskinned as Descent Journeys in the Dark. And that's a journey for a whole other time. But this one's going to do things a bit differently. So, goal of the game is to complete the mission as either the Marines or the invader. The Marines are trying to achieve certain objectives depending on the card. The invader is trying to frag the Marines. As part of the setup, will be the map, the tokens, and portals for summoning demons will be set up based on the threat card. For this mission, it's Infestation. So there'll just be single portals out there, and as doors get opened, portals will flip up and summon demons. There will the other threat cards are Horde mode or Horde, which makes stacks, and you can flip up to two of them each turn to summon demons. And Assault, which gives you a consistent way to actually summon demons. The demons you're able to summon are determined by your Invader card. You can either get two at random and pick one, or if you're playing the special suggested options for the campaign included with the game. This one is Imp Assault. You'll keep it face down, and players will have to figure out what you're able to do. So as part of the setup, these demons will already start in play. Choosing group of imps for the blue portal, three, and then for the yellow portal, the two imps, two cacodemons, and two argent tokens. We will make this is the sample collection mission, so we'll make this cacodemon the target, priority target. There we go. Which means that the Marines need to kill this one and claim the objective. Urgent tokens go onto the demons that were summoned from that portal with that invader card. So we'll put one on the Cacodemon and one on the Imp. Now the Marines will start off deployed on this initial teleporter. It's flipped up. When the Marine is fragged and would respawn, they come back on a activated teleporter. You want to try to activate others to be able to respawn further into the map. Each Marine will also have their starting deck of cards. So they'll have armor, they'll have a pistol, which allows for some quick shots and repositioning, and then two special weapons that provide three cards each. You have to take two different weapons. But what they do is they either give you a main action, which lets you move or attack, or do both. Bonus actions, which you can always do even with your main action to get movement or attack. Reaction cards, which let you play in response to things happening. There's armor, and then there's the magnum shot with I believe, the burst rifle. You will shuffle that, and you will draw three cards. Your Marine will also have a special roll that gives an advantage. You can either get two at random and pick one, or if you're playing, or if you want to, there's playing with the pre-constructed fire teams, which give you an idea of what to do with standard loadouts and special rules for each of your Marines. Everybody will be set up. They're starting to hand the cards. And then we go into the first round of the game. We start out with the status phase by preparing the initiative deck. So we'll take a card for every Marine character, and then a number of invader cards for each of the demons that are currently face up. We have imps, we have cacodemons, that's 2 invader cards. If there are any start of activation phase effects, you want to resolve them now. Vanguard starts with a glory kill card if they don't already have one, which we'll get into later. They'll get shuffled and prepared. The demons will be readied. When they've been used for the turn, they'll be turned sideways until they're ready again. The invader player will draw 6 event cards, or draw until they have 6. As part of the setup for the mission, you'll have 3 out of 6 choices to make from various invasion cards or event cards that will help you with accuracy, speed, defense, damage, just doing all sorts of stuff to give you the advantage. You will draw 6. You now have the option to discard a number of these, up to 3, and gain an Argent token on either one of the demons that's already face up or your invasion card. So that the next time you summon demons, you have an extra one to throw onto somebody. Let's say this is good for now. So we got some cards to work with to take against the Marines. All right. Once all that's set up, we go into the activation phase. So this is the point where the Vanguard would actually get their card. So we will draw the initiative card. If it shows Invader, to take one type of demon. So we'll take the Imps and resolve them one at a time. They can move a number of spaces equal to their speed and make one attack. Any special abilities they have can be used with. If they require Argent energy, they must be on the card and then removed as part of it. So, for example, this imp can do hit and run and charge fireball. Has a range of 4. So we activate this one, or we can let them stay there and use the charged fireball. So now they have +2 range and an extra red die. So to check range, you pick a corner that you occupy, the space you occupy, and make a line from there to every corner of that target space. If all 4 of them are clear, you have clear line of sight. If something would be locked, but only partially, then the target has cover. Cover allows you to reroll your defense. And then if it's just fully blocked, like says over here, yeah, you can't shoot there. Once you've got your line of sight figured out, and it's within your range, you'll roll your dice. So there's two. If I had any special cards I wanted to play before doing that. So, say Demonic Precision, for example. Reroll any number of dice. There we go. There's a 3. That gets discarded. So your defense is the top card of your deck. If it shows this symbol, that is a dodge. You avoid all the damage of the attack. A Marine is only going to ever have one of these cards in their deck. If it shows a number of shields, let's see here, it will prevent that much damage. If it's no shields, then you're taking the full damage. So the damage will be represented with these tokens. A Marine has 10 health, and once they have 10 damage, they're considered fragged. The invader gets a token and goes on here, and once they have 6, they can win. A fried Marine will have to wait until their next activation from the initiative deck to respawn on an active teleporter. But once you're done activating all your demons of that type, turn the card sideways, and then draw the next initiative card. We get a Marine activation. What they get to do is one main action and any number of bonus actions. Okay, squad captain starts with an extra card. Okay. So as an option, you can choose to discard a card from hand just to gain the 6 movement points. When moving, you can always move through your friendly people. Just make sure you end your move on an empty space. You can move diagonally as long as there's one clear path of that direction. If you try to move into an enemy space, it takes 2 movement. Unless you're trying to move past or pull off a glory kill, you're probably not going to do so. Now, you can, if you have the 2 movement to do so, move into an enemy space. When they have enough damage on them to make them staggered. Just remember that the staggered value is that much damage. So, I believe, out loud. Right. Number of damage equal to or greater than the stagger value. So, imps only have a stagger value of 1. So, by moving into their space, when they're staggered, they're glory killed. When it happens, immediately draw a glory kill card and recover 2 damage always. You now have this card that you can play in the future. This card will get you more movement points. Some will let you draw more action cards. You can play one in response to someone attacking you to remove a die. Or you can reroll dice when attacking. If you're not spreading, you can play your main action card. So it'll give you your speed that you can use over the turn. It'll give you an attack that you can make at any time during your move. Then you can move after if you still have movement left. There'll be special effects like after you perform this attack, choose a figure adjacent. That figure in the defender becomes stunned. When demons and marines become stunned, if they are defending, they do not get the defense card. Because when demons defend, they'll defend off the top of the event deck, and if there's a little rune showing, it'll use their special defense. So imps get to dodge. Cacodemons get one extra defense. Other stuff will be tougher. And then the stun token will get removed. If you're attacking while you're stunned, you have to remove one of the dice before you roll. You can do your main action. You can do any number of bonus actions. So extra movements, extra little attacks. Once you are done doing stuff for the turn, you'll draw back up to 3, unless your hand size is improved with your roll card, which squad count it is. And the cards that you played will get discarded. And then I'll continue on to the next initiative card until everyone's taken their turn. And then it'll go on to the next round. And it'll just keep going on until someone hits the objective. Other stuff that will happen on the game. If you are adjacent to a door, you can spend a movement point to open it. It's opened, it can never be shut again. Portals, if this is infestation, will flip up and summon demons. You can pick up weapons. You will take the token. As a reminder, that's yours. You will take the cards. Those will go into your discard pile, and eventually you'll be able to use them. You will be able to activate teleporters to allow people to move from one to the other quickly. So send someone fast enough to activate this teleporter, and then get off of it so that they can start getting over here. Health packs restore 3 damage from your rain, but are only usable once. Other stuff we've got cover. This is all right. So the actual terrain lines here: solid, can't move into it, can't see through it. Solid red, dotted red, you can't move past it, but you can see past it. Dotted blue, you can see past it. Moving into it costs 2 movement, and it provides cover. Period. The way cover works is if you would ever, if you draw a card and you don't like it, you have the option to draw again and use the new card. You are locked into using the new card if you do so. Other things. That's that's pretty much it. There'll be 6 different mission objectives to try out. Different threat cards to see how quickly demons can come in and make things difficult. Different weapons to collect. Grenades. They're represented by a smaller tile that you'll put out onto the board within 3 spaces, and they'll either resolve at the end of the activation phase, or they have to be manually destroyed by demons. There's 8 kinds of demons to work with. There's 12 different invader cards to give you different combinations of demons to play with. There's big map tiles that are like 6 by 6, or I want to say 7 by 9 or 7 by 8. It's a really big tile. The tiles are also double-sided for hell missions. And also, the game comes with more frag tokens than you need. I want to say they were either planning to do a deathmatch option or expecting players to figure it out themselves. So, why do I like this game? Because I like Doom. And being able to have a kind of tactical team versus invader thing is always fun to me. I really, really like the sculpts on the various demons. My web camera does not do it justice. They look awesome. Especially the cyber demon, multi-part monstrosity. Yeah, I was just missing this game so much that I decided to start keeping an eye open for a copy of either game. The old Doom board game, the new one, and I was really, really lucky that I found the new Doom board game again. So I'm looking forward to setting aside some days and getting a group together and maybe making some custom missions because the operation guide uses the same uses 6 maps, 3 in the UAC base and 3 in Hell. That same 6 per 2 different operations. It's kind of silly, and I want to just try my hand at making missions and seeing if they can be fair, fair but challenging. That's part of why I like the kind of modular map dungeon crawler type games. It's seeing what I can make out of it. Yeah, that's Doom. Um, and this is probably going to be one of the last few tabletop games videos I have planned. I still have to do Alpha Strike, but this might be it for board games. I don't know. Next year could be crazy. I'm We'll have to see what happens. But I just like featuring tabletop games. It's so fun. I love it. All right. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you next time.